Good morning, everyone. It is 9 a.m. and we're beginning our Daybreak Plus live stream with some breaking news and investigations underway into a house fire that happened in the town of Tonawanda. This is new video that we got just since the end of daybreak. The fire caused Kenmore Avenue to be closed for much of the morning between Englewood Avenue and Niagara Falls Boulevard, right by UB South. But it has since reopened, and we're working to learn more about this fire, if anyone was injured, what caused the fire, and how much damage was done. And we'll bring you those details once we learn them. And a cold morning, Patrick, for those firefighters to be working outside. You know, as soon as the water comes out of the hoses, it's freezing right away. Slippery conditions for the firefighters out there, and just bitter cold, and more cold weather is on the way too.
Oh, yeah.
This looks nasty.
This is Silver Creek. A great place to summer.
Which it is. I mean, there really are beautiful places down at the waterfront.
And it's a nice place to travel in the snow, which is what's going on. This is the thruway in Silver Creek. There is a band of heavy lake effect snow.
It kind of just set up. I'm looking at the radar over here. Where's radar?
Stand by.
Okay.
Let's get to it. Okay, there it is. And you can see that snow band. I think it's reached its northern zenith, meaning it's not going to move from there. So it made it to about.
Is it going to sit there though?
It's going to sit there for a little bit and then head back south pretty quickly.
So what are we talking totals?
I think many areas in here could get another 6 to 10 inches of snow. Again,
on top of what, 6 to 8 that already fell yesterday?
We got about 7 inches at my house.
Okay.
That was as of this morning. So there'll be another. But I'm, right on the edge. So, we may get 3 to 4 in Hamburg. But again, the Boston Hills down into Angola, Silver Creek, a half a foot of snow, if not even more.
Yesterday, you were talking about the snow lasting through Wednesday, potentially into Thursday. Is that still happening?
This band is gonna head out of here tonight.
Okay.
And then tomorrow, just some snow showers off all the lakes, nothing really organized. And then another batch of snow comes in Thursday. But it's not because of this. This snow band is gonna head south by this evening and tonight.
Skiers this weekend are going to love it,
huh? It's epic. The ski conditions, the trails are going to get so much better for cross country and for snowmobiling. So this is a good thing because the snow will be really heavy down here in the southern tier tonight.
Okay, and we will talk Bill's forecast too. A lot of people want to know about just how cold it's going to be. So let me leave you here. You talk about the weather, and then we'll get to some news.
Sounds good. All right, so let's go back. Temperatures right now are in the teens. It is 19 in Buffalo, 12 in Olean, 10 in Jamestown. Here's what we've got. Cold. Wind chills will be between 0 and 7 degrees today. Heavy snow lifts into southern Erie County. That's what's happening now. And then cold again tomorrow with snow showers, and again on Thursday. Okay, so once again, here's that snow band. It looks like it's kind of It's found its resting spot. It's going to sit here for a little bit and then head south again. It will not get into Buffalo. Also, some snow showers up along the Lake Ontario shoreline. Wilson and Alcott getting some snow. But there it is, heavy snow into Eden. Eden seems to be the epicenter, extending into East Aurora. It looks like into western parts of Wyoming County, where the snow could become heavy as it heads into Darien. But again, a little bit of a break down here in Ellicottville and Salamanca. That snow, though, will be heading back. And there's some of that light snow along the Lake Ontario shoreline. See, okay, future look. This is sometimes, you look at your phone apps, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's not pinpoint perfect. The snow band is here, right? Future Look thinks it's here. So you've got to adjust. So right now, I think it shows that band will be steady state, but notice as we head towards this afternoon, it does begin to shift south. And then notice temperatures today staying in the teens. Overnight tonight, we're down into the teens as well. Tomorrow, we'll probably warm up into the mid-20s, a little warmer, but notice some scattered snow showers coming, and those will be with us into Wednesday, and then another batch arrives on Thursday. Okay, but that looks pretty light too. Snowfall totals across the north. Again, this is for that band of snow up across Lake Ontario, 1 to 2 inches. But then farther to the south, this is where those heavier totals will be. Again, it's got it to about Hamburg on south, which is where that heaviest snow, and 8 to 16 inches in the heaviest spots of snow are possible. All right, long range forecast. Snow showers tomorrow, Thursday. Dry on Friday, mid-30s. On Saturday, The next system brings in some warmer air, rain and snow showers, and then very cold for Sunday. I think kickoff temperature for the Bills game is around 18, single-digit wind chills, and then Arctic air into next week, a chance of snow showers both Sunday and Monday. A weather impact alert for the South Towns and the Southern Tier for later on. That's for the snow today. Snow showers tomorrow into Thursday, dry weather on Friday, rain and snow showers on Saturday. And then as we head towards Sunday, there's that cold air, a high of about 22, 23. But again, for Orchard Park, I think it's going to be in the teens kickoff. I gotta be honest with you, I'm feeling really good about this game. I don't know.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's changed? No, you were always up and down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just.
I mean, everyone's worried about the Ravens. What's not to be scared of?
Okay, somehow, if we can just stop Derrick Henry, Lamar never seems to play very well in the playoffs. He did, of course, on Saturday. But the Bills, there's no weakness right now, right? Josh Allen played out of his mind. Yeah, there was a couple of bad passes in the first half, but
Josh Allen is, I think everyone kind of realizes, is like the best part of the team. He doesn't have as many
but his other,
Derrick Henrys and.
But he's elevating other players, and yes, some of your number one receivers aren't doing much because he's spreading it to everybody else.
Right. Everybody eats mentality is really working for the Bills. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Yep.
Right?
And I don't know. That's just my.
What's the spread? Is it still a?
I think it went the other way.
Oh,
I think it's now the Ravens, I think, are favored by 1.5.
Okay, and yesterday it was the Bills favored by a point.
That's just because of where the money's going, you know.
Okay.
I think it's a pick'em game, you know.
Yeah. So. That's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah.
And let's talk about the Bills right now. I mean, a lot of people are still celebrating that huge victory over the Broncos on Sunday, but the team has already turned its attention to the Ravens. And we did hear from head coach Sean McDermott yesterday. He said after his post-game press conference on Sunday that he walked straight back into his office and immediately started prepping for the Ravens.
Yeah, we did. So it's, we weren't sure what day we were going to get scheduled to play, and it's a heck of an opponent, heck of a challenge. So there's a lot to unpack and what they do on all three phases, and just felt like we needed to get started there. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, this is a unique offense in terms of their production and how explosive they are. It's a great combination, unlike any I've seen with Lamar and Derrick Henry, and then you add the passing game and the scrambles and all that type of stuff. I think Coach Monken does a phenomenal job of putting those guys in position as well. So it's take it one play at a time, and we'll see where it goes.
And we were just talking about Derrick Henry. You can't forget this long run from Derrick Henry back in week 4. And that set the stage for a 35-10 beatdown in Baltimore. And it's important to note, though, that the Bills were there without 3 starters on defense for that game. And since then, star linebacker Matt Milano has returned to the lineup after dealing with that biceps tear back in August. And Milano's presence was felt against the Broncos on Sunday as he managed to get a sack on rookie QB Bo Nix.
It's natural, this journey and process, and you kind of get in a spot where you're like, hey, now I kind of remember how this feels a little bit, but it takes a while to get there. And Matt's just been so steadfast in his focus and his process every week, and he's got great support with all of his teammates around him supporting him as well.
And along with Milano, Terrell Bernard and Teron Johnson also missed week 4 against the Ravens, but they're all going to be back. The reports indicate they're good to go for Sunday's game. Luckily, everyone pretty healthy. We're still waiting on Ray Davis, who was in concussion protocol. We got to find out about him. But for the most part, we've got a healthy team going into this huge game.
It's big. It's a big game. I don't know.
Hot takes from Patrick Hammer.
It's
a big game. Thank you, Patrick.
If that isn't some pearls of wisdom that you can take home with you and share with your friends.
We could just end this all right here.
You'll never believe what Patrick Hammer said. It's going to be a big game.
It's a big
How
game.
about that?
Okay. Now
I just don't want to jinx it by getting too hyped, too low. I just want the game to get here.
Yeah, it's going to be a long
Yeah.
week. And imagine how long Sunday's going to feel until we get till 6:30.
I know.
The Ravens, by the way, they have been dealing with a key injury this time around. Pro Bowl wide receiver Zay Flowers dealing with a banged up knee. It's unclear if he's going to be playing on Sunday. In the meantime, game planning is going on per usual in Baltimore. And head coach John Harbaugh was asked about his preparations for the Bills.
Watching film of them just recently, what kind of just stands out to you as for the Bills in general?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a big question because so many things stand out. They're such a good team. All three phases are playing at a very high level. I think the biggest thing that stands out is how well coached they are, how well tied together they are. They play complementary football. All three phases play off of each other. They have a defined personality in every phase, and as a team, they're very physical. They play very hard. They're cohesive. They're on the same page. I think offensively they're very coordinated in terms of blocking schemes and timing of routes and pass protections and how it's all put together. You know, the quarterback obviously is playing at high level. Josh Allen.
He sounded like McDermott.
In what sense?
Well coached. All three phases. I mean, it's some of the same vernacular as McDermott. But yeah, coaches often always speak respectfully of other teams, which I think is a good thing. You sometimes wonder if some coach will go rogue. We're not worried about that, you know.
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan kind
he
of.
certainly did.
Well, he wanted to be a bully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as for Zay Flowers, Harbaugh said they're in a wait and see kind of mentality to see if he's going to be playing. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we do know that a former Bill is actually playing for the Ravens now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Trey White, right? Cornerback Tre'Davious White recently appeared on a podcast and talked about playing with both Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Here's what he had to say.
Josh is Josh is a G, bro. He's a G. He's a gamer. Like he's like what you want your team to have in a quarterback as far as like leading by example, as far as like a guy that's you can reach your quarterback. Like, you know, some quarterbacks you can't reach. Like, don't be in the locker room, like not hanging out. Like,
Really?
this guy, like Josh is in the locker room, he's playing basketball, like he's the biggest like as far as like jokester, like he jokes all day long. The biggest kid, like, and then from Lamar, like you just see the same like in the locker room. But it's just like the practice field, like you see why. Like you see the guys practice happen, you see why they've been so good for so long, and just the way he commands the huddle and just the way that like he just cheer everybody else on too on the sideline, man. Like Lamar is a G, bro. Like I'm so happy and thankful and blessed to be able to say I played with Josh Allen, Lamar. Like,
Yeah, that's a pretty good pair to play for.
I guess there are some I liked how he said that he's within reach. Like he hangs out. He has people come over to his house a lot for dinner and stuff. But I guess there might be some quarterbacks who are very solitary and don't like to be
Aaron
distracted.
Rodgers isn't really the nicest dude to work with. And
and I wonder
I don't
what
know
other
about like
quarterbacks are
Tom
like.
Brady, like what he was like.
Was he a locker room guy, or was he like
untouchable?
Right, he takes his
like
own
on
plane
a pedestal
to the games. Yeah, I don't know. But those were nice accolades to hear about Josh.
Yeah, for sure. And we want to know, what are you planning to do to cheer on the Bills this weekend? We're asking you in this poll right here. Are you going to watch from Highmark Stadium? Are you going to the game? Are you going to do a watch party? Are you going to go to a bar or restaurant? Or are you just going to watch at home? And you can vote right now by texting your answer to 716-849-2220. And I'm kind of up in the air right now. Like the tickets are not super, super expensive, but A, it's going to be really cold. B, we have to wake up to go to work at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I know getting home from the stadium is going to be late. And also, I can just watch the game so much better on the couch, and I might be so nervous. I don't know. It's hard to really get a feel for what's happening in the game when you're actually at the stadium. But to be in that environment, surrounded by Bills fans, there's nothing like it. You?
I'm working at night, so I can't go. But I liked being at the game. I loved hearing the crowd's reaction. I will say, you know, the crowd on the game on Sunday was so out of control. And then the minute Denver scored that touchdown in their first possession, I mean, it went.
Yeah.
And then
I
it
mean, you could
ramped
hear a
back up
pin drop,
again.
right.
I mean, it was crazy how quiet everything got. It's because it was like, what just happened?
The best crowd experience during that game, though, what was the best moment for the crowd? Do you remember? Matt Collins hit. Where,
100%.
Where the whole crowd just was like, it was just a, whoa. It was really just
and
the
then,
sound
did
effects.
you see Matt Collins' like Instagram post after the game? He was in a cold tub putting M&Ms in a bottle of something.
Right, that's what he does.
It's kind of his, but he likes, it's his life hacks.
I love that. I love his Instagram feed.
Yeah.
A little fun also with the Bills. There are Bills fans everywhere, and the Bills are brought into special moments for couples too, even a wedding. This is really interesting. DraftKings posted a video showing a bride and groom doing their vows, and wait till you see what the groom did during his vows. Take a look.
I vow to be truthful with you, to share with you my honest self inside and out, and to hold no secrets. But not always. Sometimes I may have to hold on to a secret bonus gift to give you during our ceremony. We're going to see the Bills. Secrets. We'll hold off on that. Some secrets can be fun.
I love that one comment there. Is she more excited to get married or go to the Bills game? So much fun. They're from Nova Scotia, and apparently it was they got tickets to go to Sunday's game. So
And that was real, you think?
I don't know.
I love it.
Right.
But her reaction on her wedding day,
Well,
it seemed a little
over the top.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, now I'm wondering whether you're right. Was it all
I
fake?
am not trying to put water on this really cool story. Her reaction was so insane, which is very possible.
But your emotions are heightened on your wedding day.
Oh.
I mean, anything could set you off in a good way or a bad way on your wedding day. So, I mean, maybe she was just super emotional because there's lots of emotions.
You look at our wedding day and it was like an echocardiogram, just the amount of emotions up and down. Mother-in-law did this, somebody did that.
Well, your phone also went off during the middle of the ceremony.
It buzzed. It did not ring. It vibrated during vows.
How Patrick Hammer is that?
I love that story. I want to kind of go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can also reach out to the couple.
We should.
Yeah.
And if it's legit, I stand corrected. I think it's awesome, and I hope they got to go to this. Is it the last Bills game that they went to?
I'm not sure. I have to follow up on that to find out. Okay,
Gotcha.
so now let's talk minor league baseball, shall we? The Mets minor league team is making an interesting decision. It's adopting a brand new team name for 2 games this year, which Buffalo did that too with La Leche. So I don't know. Anyway, just believe me. Okay, but the Binghamton Rumble Ponies aren't horsing around. They'll be going by, yes, this is the truth, the Bathtub Donkeys for 2 games. Here's why. On June 28th, against the Portland Sea Dogs, and July 30th against the Harrisburg Senators, they're going as the Bathtub Donkeys. The name references a New York State law that states donkeys are not allowed to sleep in bathtubs, an actual law. According to Sports Illustrated, the law is based on a case where a donkey fell asleep in a bathtub and then was washed away during a flood. So it's taking on like a law, the reasoning behind a law.
A current law, or?
I don't know if it's still on the books. I need to do this research before I'm reading these stories. You're asking good questions. See, we're the station that asks the tough questions.
Real quick,
and you're asking a lot of good questions.
what's the difference between a mule and a donkey?
It's the percentage
DNA?
of the
horse versus. Is it a combo of a horse and a mule?
A horse and a donkey is a mule, and a horse and a mule is a donkey?
We're going to hear about this. This might be obvious to
Someone
everyone
on
but
social
us.
media will have the answers for us. We are all over the place. Can we talk about this now? Talk about Wegmans.
Okay.
Okay, it's expanding its reach. It's finally opening in Pittsburgh. It's going all over the country. It started in Rochester, of course, and has lots of places here, but now it's opening in Pittsburgh. According to the company's VP of store planning, they've received thousands of requests for a store in the Pittsburgh region. It will hire up to 500 people. It will have all of the goodies that shoppers here are used to. So early on Daybreak, when we mentioned the story, we talked about where we would take an out-of-towner who decided to come to Buffalo for a visit. Here's a look back at Daybreak. Thought that if I had like an out-of-towner from another country come in, where would you want to take them? Of course, take them to Niagara Falls. I would also take them to Wegmans. It's just the epitome of Buffalo. Like,
I do.
Right?
People come from out because
It's just something to be proud of.
We go. It's like, you got to check this out.
Right.
Right? This is where I spend my days.
Yes.
Not hours, days. Sometimes you get in there and they're sucked in, you don't leave.
I don't know if
when you walk in, like even the cookie cakes are so Buffalo themed, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a testament to Wegmans itself or a really sad state of affairs for Buffalo.
Not much else to do. Let's change the subject.
Okay, so there are a lot of better places, I suppose, or
Right.
other places in addition to Wegmans that
Right.
you would want to take someone from out of town. So we went on social media this morning and asked you to tell us, where would you take an out-of-towner if they were coming here to Buffalo or Western New York for the first time? So I'll read a couple of responses. We got a lot of them. Earl Bill Chip says Niagara Falls, obviously, and Letchworth also, which is beautiful. Katie Malinowski says the waterfront. Bourbon King says the Outer Harbor and City Hall, as it was seen in movies like Nightmare Alley. So maybe take them to movie places like East Aurora and really like beautiful little villages and things. And 391 says Finger Lakes Wineries. Justin Cooper Nurse says Our Lady of Victory Basilica, which is beautiful. Joe D'Antonio says Our Lady of Fatima Shrine in Lewiston. Ron Bayless says Bar Bill for wings and beef on weck, and Mike's Chocolates for sponge candy. A lot of people named wing places. And then James Gregorio says a food tour starting with Ellen Burger Venture. So yeah, I would definitely.
James Gregorio? That's our former weather guy.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Weather James.
Weather James.
Yeah, so I would definitely do like a wing tour with someone and like a bar tour. Maybe take them to the mansions along Delaware.
Okay, we can't forget, in my opinion, jet boats. Dude, it's the best.
It is. Oh.
It's not like it is so much cooler than you think. And we've gone many times
Right,
with people
with
from
like
out of town.
grade 5 rapids or
What's that?
a grade 5 rapids.
Class 5, yeah.
Class 5.
Or
yeah.
I think it's even class 6. You don't get into that part
Yeah.
of the. My point is, and this isn't an advertisement. It is just because you don't. There is no kind of experience like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's river rafting. That's of course a thing.
Sure.
But to go the other way, to go upstream, and it's just so.
And
so
go to
cool.
Silo for a haystack and then
Yes.
go. No,
Yes.
do the jet boat first,
Do that
then
first.
go eat.
Exactly.
Not the other way around.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can continue to comment on our social media pages and tell us where would you take an outsider. Take them to a Bills game. It doesn't get more Buffalo than that, right?
I know a lot of people who would travel a long ways. The friends of mine that weren't necessarily Bills fans, now they are, partly because of my association here. And yeah, I've had friends from Minnesota come and
Get the tailgating experience
Absolutely.
and then inside
because
the stadium.
as many of you know who have been to games in other cities, it's just not the same.
No.
Growing up in San Francisco, you'd go to a 49er game and you would have pate on crackers and maybe cucumber sandwiches and a little white wine spritzer
Right.
30 minutes before
Not
the
shots
game.
out of a bowling ball.
Not
like
shots out of a bowling ball.
Yes,
And not
yes.
showing up 2 days ahead of time
Right.
in the cold and snow, and
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's so much fun. All right, news since daybreak. Let's get into some news. We're expecting Governor Hochul to announce during her State of the State today a plan on free tuition. But specifically, her office says that the program would cover New York residents between the ages of 25 and 55 who enroll in associate degree programs in high demand fields like nursing, teaching, technology, engineering, and other fields at colleges and universities operated by SUNY and CUNY schools. And so Governor Hochul will issue her remarks in Albany today for the State of the State, and we will bring you more details on those later today. But also, speaking of free tuition, Students looking to study healthcare specifically now have an opportunity to save a lot of money if they go to Trocaire College. The school is offering free tuition to new students interested in becoming a licensed practical nurse, registered nurse, and medical assistant. And the college says it'll cover tuition, textbooks, and other fees. And it's all part of New York's Career Pathways Training Program, that CPT program. And Damon University is also taking part in CTP, offering free tuition for certain programs there. Starting this spring, the university says it's going to be covering its nursing, acute care, and nurse practitioner programs. Masters of Social Work program will also be covered starting this fall. And we also heard earlier from Canisius and Niagara University that are offering free tuition for certain students that fall into a certain household income. And so you're hearing more and more about free college opportunities. You have 2 kids that are going to be going to college very soon, Patrick.
Yeah, it's there's you look at the schools, so many different schools have such a wide range in tuition, and you want to go to the best you can, but yeah, tuition, you look at the I just remembered student loans and work study programs and all the things that I could do to contribute, because you need pieces of that.
Yeah.
And it's just.
I graduated from Syracuse in 2004. Yeah. I just finished paying off my student loans last year.
Yeah.
And this was going, 24, 25 years ago. And so I think about when Elliot goes to college 8 years from now, how expensive is it going to be? Or will there be more programs that are reducing tuition costs? Or, a lot of kids are just making the decision to go to a trade school or just an apprenticeship and not go to college at all, because how long will they be paying off those loans versus, actually making the money in the real world? Really tough decisions nowadays.
That's a good point. All right, let's take a look and show you what's going on weather-wise. There is that lake effect snow band that I think is kind of going to sit there for a little bit. Right at about Hamburg, right into the Boston Hills, patching. We're seeing that snow, and it looks like that snow is going to be slowly heading south as we head into the afternoon and tonight. But I'll tell you what, that is one healthy looking snow band right now from about Angola, Hamburg, East Aurora. It is currently 19, cold wind chills today, 0 to 7. Heavy snow will lift into southern Erie County, and cold again, it looks like, into tomorrow and possibly Thursday as well. Actually, let's go back to the radar here. Let's see, I think I have it. There we go. So there it is. You can see it kind of moved up to the north. It seems to have stopped, and it should be steady state here. It looks like it's about 15 miles wide. So you're driving down the thruway. You get to, it looks like about the Blaisdell exit and point south. That's where the snow picks up. And then you get to Dunkirk, Fredonia, and it seems to head taper down after that. The 219, probably right at about the the Boston, what is that? Not just beyond Armor Duels is that next exit there. That is probably where the snow starts. And then you head up towards Genesee and Rice Road. All of that is going to be very snowy. Certainly, you get to Springville, it's still snowing, but then you head towards Ashford and you're out of the snow. But this snow band will be heading back south as we head into the afternoon and tonight. So the long-range forecast. Snow showers Wednesday and Thursday, dry weather on Friday, and Saturday it does warm up into the mid to upper 30s with rain and snow showers. Sunday, it's going to get cold again. Melissa, next week will be the coldest week of winter. Yeah, it's going to be. Are you
still thinking February's warming up, though? Because you did say that a couple weeks ago, and I latched onto it.
It is, but it's not as certain. It's going to get warmer than this.
Okay.
But I'm not convinced. Yes, there are certain things that we look at across the globe that will be shifting, that suggest that we break out of this colder weather pattern. But it doesn't mean it can't be still active and cold at times. So I think this is going to be.
Are we dropping from here?
Yeah. Oh, it gets colder Tuesday into Wednesday.
Boy.
The one thing is, with all of this cold weather, Buffalo is like way below normal with snowfall.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of snow in the southern tier and the south towns, but Buffalo itself, Niagara Falls, Amherst, hasn't been much at all. There's no signs that there's going to be much coming.
And Bills game.
Bills game, so right now, 23 the high, kickoff temperature 18, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds, Wind chills maybe near 0.
And no sun. Obviously, it's
good.
dark.
Sun will be down, and there could be some snow showers too.
Lovely. Go
Welcome,
Bills.
Buffalo.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Daybreak Plus. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m.